Hello and welcome everyone to the fourth weekly homework assignment. This week we'll be leaving the Baroque period and we're going to shoot forward a couple centuries into 19th century Americana. And this week we're looking at the passamezzo moderno. And this is a repurposed Renaissance progression that was used widely in 19th century folk music into the early 20th century. And you'll still see it in rock songs today, or really more country music. This one is very straightforward, 1-4-1-5, 1-4-1-5-1, and it's worth noting that when you hear it, it will sound like every bloody folk song you've ever heard. You could probably do an entire college level music theory series on Americana folk music from the 19th century, but we're going to sort of just boil it down to this one progression because I want to get us forward. This is going to take us into the blues and then into 50s rock. And so when we look at this, we start with our G major, and it's, G, C, D. These are our pals. These are the famous three chords in the truth that you hear country music people talk about. So very straightforward, and this will be a much shorter video. And so we're going to listen to how that sounds and then talk a little bit about ways you can variate that and ways it was used in folk music. So the first thing worth noting is that there are three chords, there's three tonal centers to this piece, and they play with one another. And I would recommend, just so everyone gets into the practice, I know in the past I said, oh no, go nuts variating things. I would prefer if people tried to lock themselves into that tonic, subdominant, dominant, those three, because I think the more interesting variations come from the timing aspects. And so there's some common folk usages where you do 1-4-1, 1-5, 1-4-1, 1-5-1. You sort of drag out that tonic in the center after the 4 instead of just going 1-4-1-5. It's more of a 1-4-1-1-5. Just an idea. That was, if you want to recreate the wheel, that's essentially what you'd be doing. But other alternatives involve, switching around, do a 1-5-1, 1-4-1. The real goal with this lesson is to get people to feel that those folk changes, and also to really cement in folks' minds, especially next week when we go into the blues, just how that tonic, subdominant, dominant trio work together. So good luck, everyone, and I'll see you next week.